I'm DZ, and I'm joined by our TSN racing analyst, Tim Hauraney. Tim, it's time for our first installment of Compound Questions. Just like Formula One, we got a soft question for you, we got a medium question for you, and we have a hard question for you.
The 100th podium in Formula One, Max Verstappen wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Here's the softball. It's a real easy one. Max last year, he won 19 races. It looked like he could have won even more. He's already won 2 this season. Are we going over or under on 19 wins this season for Max?
Ooh, okay, I'm gonna go over on that one, Z. I mean, at the moment, it is young. We're only 2 races into this season, but if you were to go back to 2023, that's probably one of the greatest race cars that we have ever seen built. Now Red Bull Racing doubles down on that and essentially improves on it, and they make another car that's probably the best race car we've ever seen. But here is a bit of hope for some fans out there, including Ferrari fans, because I feel that the Scuderia is the only team that is going to be able to put pressure onto Red Bull Racing this season. Look, they had a strong end to 2023 with a car that was very inconsistent. It was very hard to drive. And then we fast forward into 2024, and both drivers extremely happy with this car that they have for this season. I spoke with Charles Leclerc in Bahrain. I heard from him again in Jeddah. And he keeps saying the same things in terms of they feel they have a car that could put pressure on Red Bull Racing this season.
I think in the last few months, we are the team that have improved the most because we have been working extremely well. And we just have to keep doing that. And I'm sure that our moment will come.
Let's go to the second question there, the medium compound. Is there a chance that maybe this is the season we see Piastri overtake Daniel Ricciardo for being the most popular Australian driver?
I'm going to say yes, and here's why. Look, Daniel Ricciardo, he has a smile that could just light up a room. He's very marketable, but we haven't really seen the Daniel Ricciardo of old in quite some time, and he's already started off 2024 not on the best foot. As for raw talent, we're just going to talk about raw talent. It's Oscar Piastri, in my opinion. You don't go through the racing categories and win in every single category you enter and win championships in every single category you get into unless you're generational talent, which I feel Oscar Piastri is.
Australia is about to rise for its latest podium finisher as Oscar Piastri, for the first time in Formula One, comes home to take 3rd place.
Well, Tim, speaking of generational talent, it's time for our hard compound question. Charles Leclerc, he's the next man up. At least everyone wants to consider him that. The next guy who might win a World Driver Championship. Next year, he's going to have a 7-time champion as his teammate in Lewis Hamilton. And if you were projecting forward the next 3 years, are you buying his stock as the next guy, or are you selling?
Ooh, I'm selling. I mean, look, he's a highly valued racing driver. He's top-tier talent, but I think Z at the moment, he's up against generational talent in Max Verstappen, a generational car that Red Bull Racing has put together, and that's just for this season. If we look into 2025, you have Lewis Hamilton, who's incoming, and again, you don't know what Red Bull Racing's advantage is going to be in 2025, and if I'm Frederic Vasseur, I think I have to make a decision on who my number 1 driver is going to be in 2025 and in 2026. And if I'm getting a 7-time Formula One world champion on my team, you can bet that he is going to be my number 1 driver. So that's why I'm selling on Charles Leclerc. And I think these next few seasons for him could be quite difficult in terms of chasing down a driver's title.